Hello, welcome back to your next video, and today is another repair day because I've been left yet. Yes, I've done a video on this before, but here it is again. LCD computer display. Okay, it's got dropped off to me. Been reported to have a failure with it, and yeah, it's a it's made by LG. Okay, LG down the bottom here. Okay, it's a Flatron wide. Model number is where's the model number? It's a L204WTBF. Okay. Manufactured 2006. So it is an old screen, but you know, and it has fouls. Now, reported failure was, or is, that it takes an age to start up. Okay, it takes a really long time to start up. It's whining a bit. You get a very high pitch whine coming from this, and yeah, it takes a long time to start up. You press the power button, you plug it in, it remains black screen for a while. Suddenly comes up with a white screen, okay, when the actual screen powers up. It doesn't display any of your desktop from your computer or anything. And then it does display your desktop of a computer after waiting an age on a white screen. So, judging by the sound of that, if it's actually displaying something, finally, it takes a long time. I imagine the LCD screen drivers are fine, the video drivers are fine, all stuff like that. All the delicate, complex side of things is sound. So I imagine that it's something to do with the power supply side, and that high-pitched whining always does point to that anyway. So we'll power this up now, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So here we go. Right now, it's all plugged in. I've got this connected on the DVI socket going to my desktop computer here. There you go, dingling away. You can hear that in the background. Okay, it's all plugged in. It's on a DVI D socket. It's also got a VGA input to this as well. If you want to, if you got, say, a desktop computer and a laptop, you might want to plug your laptop in the screen, get a bigger screen, okay, to watch stuff on, do things when you're at home or in the office, you know, yeah, fine. Or, you know, run two computers off it, or just one computer if you want, you know, you've got the option DVI or VGA, you take your pick. But it's plugged in with DVI, okay, there's no external power buttons or anything except for the soft start buttons down on the side down here. Let's show you that. So, diddly dum, here we go, let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, not zoom in, zoom out. Oh, that is zoomed out as it gets, unfortunately. Okay, this is a bit of a beefy screen. Okay, and it just goes on here. Downside here, we've got our control buttons, okay, they're all done from the rear. They're just soft little pushy buttons as usual, no clicky, proper swishy buttons. One little display power light down here to say whether it's in standby or whether it's on or off. Yeah, all the usual stuff that you'd normally associate with a screen. Let's see what the specs of this. It's digital fine contrast, okay, whatever that's meant to mean. I imagine the contrast is PWM, pulse modulate, what they mean. 2001 contrast ratio, yeah, Energy Star compliant, and a 5 millisecond refresh rate. Okay, so it's got a nice refresh rate on it. Made by LG, so it's a reasonably good screen. It's always worth salvaging. Okay, so let's switch this on. Now we've got power going to it, all plugged in at the rear, and no power light. Let's try and switch this on. Let's see what happens. Try and press power. Can't hear him, can't see anything, no signs of life. But I don't know if you can hear this or not on the camera. I don't know if it's actually sensitive enough to pick it up, but there is a high-pitched whine. Try and move it a bit closer so you can hear that. Is that hearable to you? I don't know. I guess I'll find out when I play back this video. Anyways, so it's completely dead at the moment. We're going to leave this on a soak test. Okay, by that I mean I'm going to leave it plugged in, switched on, running into a computer which is actually displaying something. And I'm going to just leave it running there, leave it sitting, see what happens, see if any error messages come up on the screen regarding, I don't know, no cable detected or anything like that, or you know, power save mode, if it's not detecting any inputs. Okay, so it could be a problem with that side. It may not actually be detecting anything plugged in, but since that we're not actually getting the power light up when we're pressing it actually on, I imagine that it is the power side, but it's always good to cover all the bases. So yeah, I'm gonna bugger off for now and I'm going to press record when this actually does something. Okay, and I imagine it's going to take quite a bit of time. If there is a bit of squealing on the power supply, it's either going to be the one of the transformers is playing up, it could be electrolytic cap, it could be a ceramic cap ringing. More than likely it is the old electrolytic capacitors. Okay, they don't last very long. It is what, coming up to 7 years old now. Okay, December is almost December now. That's almost, yeah, it's almost its 7th birthday. Yes. And yeah, electrolytics have only got a few years shelf life, so they will be well on their way out, especially if it's been hammered, which it has been in an office environment. It would have been on every single day, more or less. 5 days a week, 9 till 6, 9 till 7. Go home, you might leave the actual screen on, so it's been on for 24 hours, you know, for a couple of days. It gets left on over the weekend. That's a hell of a lot of use that these do go through. So I'm not surprised if supply side and those caps are dried out. Anyways, yeah, leave it running and I will see you in a moment. Right then, that was about 5-10 minutes later. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, we got white screen. Power lights just flicked up, it just flashed on and off, so we are actually getting something. Let's see if we can switch this off now. Off. Any light coming back on? No, we've got power lights flashing just then. Don't know if you saw that, switching it back on. So no on-screen menus as such at the moment. White screen, flicking on and off, not a good sign. Definitely a power supply issue. If it's probably what's happening is the switch mode supply is slowly getting its voltage levels settling. Trouble is they're not settled enough. Definitely probably a timing issue on the on switch mode supply causing this. Okay, so it's not soft starting the microcontrollers good enough. We'll keep this running and see what happens. Okay, hopefully it will stabilise. Charges on those caps will come up to their values, and the screen should hopefully display a desktop. Okay, now I do imagine that this will be a problem with the electrolytics, where the ESRs are so high, the show's so shot to hell that it's taking years to get them charged up enough. Okay, so that resistance goes up internally. That charge time is just going to go through the roof. Also, as it dries out, your values are going to shift as well. So as fast as they're charging, it's using that power that's actually stored there. Screen's coming. Screen comes up, it uses power that's stored on the caps. They deplete almost instantaneously, and of course your screen goes down again. This is what's happening. So it's in this charge cycle. So I imagine it is the caps which are causing this. Okay, it's a timing issue. Okay. On the supply side, on the switch mode supply. Let's see if it actually does come up with a screen. I'll be back in a moment. Probably take another 5-10 minutes for of this going on. So we've finally got some life out of it. Eventually, after the white screen, it's come up with the Windows display now, and let's see. Yeah, menus work. That's all okay. Power it off and back on again. Does it come back up? Got a power light on, but hey, there we go. Yeah, it's back on again. Takes a bit of time coming back up. Off and on. And maybe not. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it all seems to be running okay. It just seems to take a really long time to start up. Right then, so let's see what it's like on the inside. Okay, as I said, let's crack this thing open. 4 screws on the back for a Visa mount. Can't see any other screws holding this together, so I imagine it's those 4 screws probably holding the back on, as well as clips going around the sides. You can actually see some of them. I don't know if you can see that down here. They're slightly visible. So it's going to be a crosshead to get the back open, get these screws out, and a flat head for the sides. Whenever you are working on a flat screen, just brush that down. Make sure that your desk is reasonably clean, okay, because you are putting the screen face down. You don't want to scratch the front. Let's crack this baby open. So, 1 flathead screwdriver for the tabs, and the crosshead for these screws. So let's get with it. Let's angle this down so you can see what's going on a little bit better. That's all. Let's take these out. Don't forget to put your screws somewhere safe. I've got a tape rule here. Just stick them inside there so I don't knock them anywhere. This mount come out at all. No, that's well and truly in there. So 4 screws out. Yeah, it does look like that. It's actually screwed through to the chassis, so they had to come out. Next job, try and prise this case open. The tab's always tricky. Start off on the long edge across the top. Okay, across this top, somewhere in the middle. That's because you've got more movement than the side, so it's easier to get these ones out first. Along the top for where the tabs are located. Let's try. Where's one of those little plastic things I had for the iPod repair? There's one still sitting on my desk. Let's try and run that down first, rather than a flathead driver. See if we can actually prise into this without doing too much damage. These are in there tight, so we're going to have to get brutal. So I don't use the finished screwdriver, I do use a medium to large. Try and find where the tags are, and then clip in. There we go, there's that. Let's see if we can run this down now inside. Run it across. No, those tabs are well in there, well and truly. Even that is a pain in the ass to get back out, so some brute force is required. And there's one. Can we get it into there? No. Oh man, this is in tight. There we go, there's one clip done. Don't forget to keep your nails or wedge something into the gap as you go, because these clips will snap back together, especially on a tight fit like this. Right, finally, the front bezel is off. I'm going to start removing this. The actual screen, that side out. I've got some clips here. Right, so let's stopping it from here. Ooh, got some sticky tape there. We've got a cable down this side. It spins around. Okay, if you can see that, we've got a cable here going to the back. Okay, this is where the control panel is, just here. So let's unplug this. There we go, that's out. Push fit. Down the opposite side, we've got power down there. There's nothing actually down there. Let's see. So coming out. Okay, we've got some shielding stuff here that's caught up. So this is actually something stuck in here. Ooh, this shielding tape isn't particularly good because it's lost its sticky. It's actually coming away. The actual back chassis is only stuck down. It's not actually screwed down. It's a bit poor. It's a foul. Okay, again, cheap and cheerful. Sticky tape. It's not the best stuff to use. Let's see what's actually stopping this from coming out. There's something rattling about in here as well, which isn't good. Okay, what have we got? What's stopping this from coming out down here? No screws or anything I can see. Now there, no clips or anything. This something to do with the shield just here. It doesn't want to come out. Are we on tabs or anything? No. Let's try and push it through from the security chain bit. It doesn't want to come out there. Pry out. It's not tabbed. I'm really holding it in. It looks like it's been, from the sound of it, it's like been glued in with something. Yep, there he goes. Got to take it out flat. This can go. Now then, what state is this in? Let's have a look. Right then. Let's try and show you this from the top down. Right, here we go. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. We've got this back box. It's just taped on. It's just shielding tape. That's all it is. That's all the stuff that's holding this shielding on, where all the circuitry is. That's a really big foul. In my book. Take a look at that. Oh my god. This is terrible. It really is. So first thing to do is let's get the side chassis off. Yes, should looks like it just clips. Yeah, that just unclips. Connector. Unplug these down here from the circuit board. This would be for the backlight, I imagine. Down here, this is you can see that we've got control, front panel controls. Let's spin this over. What do we got? Okay, that's all on. Okay, right then. So here we are. Our circuit board. Okay, I can't see what the hell was rattling about in here, but yeah, basically we've got this is all for backlighting, power, mains in, main rectification stage, all the coils for our switch mode, and looking like thinking, yep, it is in actual fact. Judging by going on looks, all the electrolytics in this area over here are completely shot. Now I can tell just by looking, just like the previous one, previous circuit. If I can zoom into that a little bit, this is the culprit area of the supply down here. Okay, all of these caps are all bulbous, and they're all on the decoupling side going to main display board from here. Power out from our supply. It's going all the way down here, all the way around to our control board. Okay, this is the thing that does all the work. So we've got our decoder just there, DVI, VGA input, connects it all from our soft start buttons and what have you, menu buttons and everything from there. You've got a couple of electrolytics for decoupling over there and there. Got a chunky resistor here, not too sure what that's actually for. It's across the supply, could be current sense or something like that. It's probably yeah, probably current sense or something for the actual display, you know, for the standby and what have you. That'll be fed back and shut down, whatever. Blow some dust down. One crystal for timing. That'll be for controlling the timing on the microcontroller or the decoder. Yeah, there's not a lot really to it. It's down to this power supply down here. Okay, all the ceramics look okay. The smaller electrolytics are fine. These large ones for smoothing on the actual power supply, the rectification side, perfectly fine. We've got our thermal cutout fused internally. Multiple transformer stages over here for the for setting voltages and whatever for our backlights. There'll be all light bars and what have you. Yeah, bog standard switch mode supply on this half. Nothing particularly special. One thing I'm not too keen on, as usual, if you've heard my videos before on repairing, down here on the main side, bloody colour coding, white and black. Okay, yeah, the earth is, you know, green, that's fine, obvious, but white and black, what the hell is white and black when it's at home? Why not blue and brown, you know, your live and neutral colours? They go for sodding white and black. If this was coming off from, I don't know, looping all about the place, you might end up getting those around the wrong way if you're not too careful. But yeah, short run we can see what it is from the sockets. Yeah, no biggie, but would be nice to conform to some sort of standardisation. We do have set standards. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll replace these buggers down here and see if it makes a difference. Can't see anything else. Looking down the actual on this half, electrolytics all perfectly fine. There's no cracking on the ceramics. Nothing. No charring or anything, no scorch marks, nothing's overheating or like. Resistors are all perfectly fine. Opposite side, there's no scorching on the transformers, so they're not overheating around the actual smoothing caps. They're fine, they're not bulbous or anything. They look quite alright. Down over here, the bridge is fine. Couple of diodes in here, nothing particularly special about that. You've got a few ferrites, they look fine, there's no charring or anything, no burn marks. On this side of the circuit you've got a little isolation component just there between the high side and the low side of the suppliers. Yeah, let's swap these out and see what it does. Okay. If these are shot, you've probably got a hell of a lot of ripple, and that's you know, if these charge levels are going up and down quite rapidly on these where the ESR shot, they're not charging properly. The capacitance is going to be completely shot here. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to cause all sorts of oscillations and power. So let's swap those out and see what it actually does. Back in a moment. Right, and welcome back. My capacitors have finally turned up a day later, and I have replaced these capacitors in the wall. Okay, if you can just see, if I get one of these, okay, if you can see that capacitor, if you take a look, you might be able to see the tops bulbous on there. Okay, there's Another one that looks a little bit on the dodgy side. There we go. That's one. Okay, so you can see it's there. It's fairly bulbous. Okay, compared to these ones, nice and flat. Okay, it's not a single bump compared to these. Okay, so I replaced all 5 of these ones around this area. Time to plug it in and check to see if it functions any better. So here we go. Right, let's slap this puppy in. Which way around did he go? He went around that way. No, it didn't go around that way. It went that way. Haha. There we go. Let's screw this little beastie back together. The problem with this one box is because the rear has all been taped into place, it's going to be hard to realign it back, so I may have to put the entire thing back together without the front bezel on, but replace it back into its rear case and see how well it sits. Whack that one down into there. Hold on a minute, that doesn't fit. Where's that screw come from? Ah, other corner, right. Okay, all in. Board's back in place now. All the wires are all in as they should be. Now then, this is the interesting part, is putting this back together into the actual thing, because there's no actual screw holes or mountings or anything like that. It just sits on top. It's like, well, yeah. How does this go back? Who knows? I can hazard a guess, something like that, because we've got some little markings from where the tape used to sit, so I can hazard a guess somewhere around there. Make sure that your dingly dangly wires aren't all caught up, and we'll get these plugged into this side. Right then, so that goes into that socket there. That one goes into that socket there. It's a little bit awkward putting these back in because they are upside down. One goes into there, and this one goes into there. Does it? Come on, we're alright. Right, that's it. That goes back on there. All clicked in. Lovely. Alright, I will follow the procedure as LG thought it was absolutely amazing to do. That's actually using some shielding tape. I've got some here, aluminium shielding tape. Yeah, knocks on the door. This is why I don't do videos during the day. Still, anyway, so let's snip off some of this. Say 3 or 4 bits like before. There we go. Stick this stuff down. One across the bottom there, keep that in place. One goes across there. Let's tear that one back a little bit. Alright. side. That should be enough to keep it in place until it goes back on the rear. Down there where the other one used to be. And I'll stick a little bit down there just to measure what's left over. Okay, that's on there. Back on with this one. Sorting around here somewhere like that. Right then. And back on with the rear panel and the bezel. There's a bit of space here to do that. Come off, that can go there. Spin it around and this should slot back in to here. Tight fitted in, going back in. And another interruption again. Like I said, that's why I don't do it normally during the day. I normally do these videos early morning. I'll click back in. There we go. And that's in place. A bloody tight fit getting it in as it was getting it out. You in? I think we're in. Right, I guess the ultimate test is plug it in and see what happens. And switch on and on. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Here we go. We've got a screen. Wake up the computer, and do we have anything to display? Yes, we do. There we go. Yeah. Hey, we have a screen. It's back up and working. All I've got to do is put the front bezel on. Excellent. Be just a snap fit, which is all tangled up now. Getting this on is going to be a bit of a chore. Okay, this back's popped out again. At last, finally, the bezel is back on. Let's just have a double check that I haven't broken anything, getting that back on. Plug in. Do we have it? Yeah, it's okay, we've still got the menu there. And anything else? Do we have it right? Power it up. What have we got? Yep, there we go. Lovely. Menu buttons all work. Yeah. Good. Well, that was a chore getting the bezel back on, but job done. Extremely tight fit, a little bit too close tolerancing, I think, on the bezel, and maybe a little bit of crap, you know, with the taping of the rear unit onto the back of the LCD. Not screwing it on or anything like that, or any major attachments, but there we go. Job done. One more screen up and running. It's those bloody electrolytics, these sodding things again. See you next time.